Welcome to Breaking News TV 24, your channel for news updates and current affairs. Stay tuned.
Breaking news, Justin. Finally, Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, broke silence, blames United States for Middle East violence, says America never regarded a core Palestinians' interest. For details of the story, please stay tuned. Russian President Vladimir Putin has blamed the United States government for the ongoing crisis in the Middle East, triggered by last weekend's surprise incursion by the Palestinian militant group Hamas into southern Israel. Putin, who spoke Tuesday on the conflict, said the crisis is a statement to Washington's inability to resolve conflicts, RT reports. The Russian leader said, "I believe many would agree with me that it is a glaring example of the failures of the U.S. Middle East policies. They tried to monopolize the peace settlement, but unfortunately paid no attention to searching for compromises that would be acceptable for both parties. Instead, Washington put pressure on both sides in an attempt to impose its own solutions on them," he added. The U.S. never took into account the core interests of the Palestinian people, Putin claimed. Those interests primarily involve the creation of an independent Palestinian nation-state, as outlined in resolutions of the United Nations Security Council, he noted. Putin made the remarks during a meeting with Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammad al-Sudani in Moscow. The Russian president said he believed the two nations were united in prioritizing the minimization of harm done to civilians by both sides of the Israel-Palestinian conflict. Other senior Russian officials, including a foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, had previously blamed the U.S. for the renewed hostility. The top Russian diplomat suggested on Monday that the so-called Quartet of Middle East mediators, which includes the U.S., Russia, the EU, and the UN, should take a leading role in peace talks. The U.S., he said, had sidelined this mechanism to monopolize the process for its own benefit. Hamas, which is based in Gaza, launched a surprise attack on Israeli territory on Saturday, overwhelming the country's air defenses with massive rocket barracks and conducting a lethal raid. Its fighters killed civilians and took hostages with a view to trading them for prisoners in Israeli custody. Israel responded with a military operation targeting Gaza, saying its goal was to obliterate Hamas. The small coastal strip of land is home to some 2 million residents whose lives are greatly impacted by the Israeli blockade, which has been in place since 2007. The U.S. has pledged military support for Israel and has called on other nations to condemn Hamas for its actions. Moscow has condemned all violence against civilians, regardless of which side of the conflict carries it out, and has argued that fighting extremism is no substitute for a genuine reconciliation based on a two-state solution. Thanks for being with us, and this marks the end of our story at the moment. Don't forget to join us later for more news updates, but before then, we would like to hear your opinions on this matter. Have a nice time and goodbye.